Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast. I want to welcome our new presenting sponsor, UF Health Orthopaedics Medical Group, and we have some exciting things planned on the way for our new partners, so stay tuned for that. Looking forward to bringing them on board, and our new presenting sponsor, United Southern Bank, as well as Lake Center Home Care, Lake Sumter State College, Elastigirl with Auto Owners Insurance. And remember, our podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more sites as well. I'm joined by Eustis baseball coach Tony Thomas, who comes to Eustis this year. Tony, you're replacing Matthew Burgess at Eustis High School. He is going to take on the athletic directing role. And Tony, can you tell us how this came about?
I was Matthew's assistant for the last 3 years. Following underneath his wing, and an opportunity presented itself for himself to grow in his academic career and as well for my coaching career. So this is awesome, great opportunity. I'm excited to take advantage of it.
Yeah, this is really exciting, and to have a coach of your caliber in Lake County is really exciting. You spent quite a few years, of course, in AAA, AA, single A teams that you played for. You played for my Pawtucket Red Sox, the Paw Sox. They're now the Woo Sox, of course, up there. He's like, I know. Yeah. But how does your professional career kind of come full circle, and now you're giving back to the Eustis community?
Just about this game is knowledge. I tell everybody, if I go back and do it all over again, would I change anything? And the answer is no. I just wish I knew the knowledge that I know now back then. Beautiful thing about this sport, baseball, the biggest, fastest, strongest, not always as successful. There's a lot of strategic, a lot of brain work, a lot of work that goes unseen that I figure I could give to these kids now to help them prevail in their careers.
Yeah, especially because these kids are coming up through. I mean, Eustis, they're an up and coming program as well. They wish probably things would have went a little bit better for them. They nearly won the district championship last year. Of course, lost that game against Bishop Moore. But you're coming in, and what kind of things have maybe changed this year? Or are you taking some of Coach Burgess's sort of philosophies that he had? What does Eustis baseball look like in 2024?
Our 2024 season should be very strong for us. We lost 2 seniors. Pretty much everybody's coming back. Our entire pitching staff's coming back. Defense is coming back. So we have the experience this year. One thing that I'm really enforcing is order and discipline. Baseball is not forever. So I try to train these kids for life experiences as well. Mm-hmm. And one thing is order and discipline. No matter where you go, job interviews, school, hopefully in professional baseball, like there's structure. And that's one thing that we enforce very strictly with our program is show up on time, punctuality, and respect for the game as well.
One of the things we were talking about is Ledger Pleasant as well. He's going to be a member of your team. We just did a story on Ledger, so shout out to Ledger Pleasant out there. You've been coaching Ledger since he was about 11 years old, so you were doing some coaching even before you retired from the MILB.
Yeah, actually, I was coaching a little bit even during it. So this kind of like a little off-season gig, playing baseball. I played with Marcus Lemon, so I came over here, and that's how I got over to Lake County. Me and him would train in the off-season together, and he had a legacy with coaching Chet Lemon's Juice, and that was his dad's organization. So I would help a bunch of kids over there and help them train in the off-season, just a little off-season gig, and also while I was training as well. Yeah. And some of those kids that I was training, such as Ledger when he was 11, is somebody that's a senior that's going to help me tremendously this season as well.
What does Chet Lemon mean to you?
Oh, he's the reason why I got into coaching. His passion that he had for the game, why he played so many years. I think he played 19 years in the big leagues, and he expressed that into the kids. And that was a mentor and role model that I looked up to. How he challenged kids to be as good as he was, if not even better. And that's what I teach all these kids. I don't want you to be as good as me. I want you to be better than me. So I'm going to push you so that way you have a better career than I even did.
And it afforded you the opportunity as well to open up a baseball academy in Eustis. That's really exciting for you as well. That's been going really well.
Yeah, when I started coaching over at Eustis with Matt Burgess, we were looking at our JV program, and they had some good kids, but just the baseball IQ wasn't there yet. Mm-hmm. So we tried to start a little program of kind of just the local people. We weren't trying to go out and recruit kids, just try to stay local, in-house, and teach them the game the right way to develop them properly. So when they got to high school, It was just get bigger, faster, stronger. Because the mental knowledge was already there. You knew how to play the game correctly. So that way, Eustis High School could have a legacy of continuing winning seasons.
Absolutely. Where did you go to high school? Was it in Lake County or was it in the state of Florida?
It was in the state of Florida, but it was over on the West Coast, over by Tampa and Hillsborough County. I went to Bloomingdale High School.
What brought you over to the Lake County community?
Again, just training with Marcus in the off season, and I would give lessons to kids, and I have a lot of passion for coaching. I have a good relationship with kids, and they just drew me closer and closer, and eventually I ended up moving over here.
Yeah, well, you're looking at a heck of a baseball player as well. I mean, you had 84 home runs in the minors, 814 hits, 142 stolen bases, 422 RBIs. The list goes on and on about your accomplishments, but those are numbers to look up for a lot of these kids that may be young and coming through the program. To have a player like yourself in a head coaching position, it's really inspiring.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is, like, the reason why I stay in shape to show these kids that I can do it as well. A lot of time, actions speak louder than words. I'm a big believer in that. And I'm not your prototypical, when I played, the biggest, fastest, strongest guy, but I found, as you can tell by the numbers, I found ways to get it done. It was by hard work and dedication. And some of these kids, they like to go look up YouTube videos and research stats, and they can go find that stuff to let them know that I'm not just preaching stuff that I've YouTubed up. I'm either going to help you what worked for me or what didn't work for me. So you're gonna succeed based off of my failures and my success as well.
What did work for you? Why did you find that success?
I had a lot of people naysaying me, to be honest with you. I was small. I was a little runt coming out of high school, but that pushed me to be better. I love to prove people wrong. I like to say "told you so," and I was just that go-getter. I love to be the exception.
Yeah, motivation is so important, especially in this day and age. And really, Eustis has been motivated the last couple of years. They've really been doing an impressive job with their baseball program. And of course, Coach Burgess, you talk about him and what he brought to the program. And now yourself coming in. Did you keep really the core coaching staff as well? Did most of the coaches stay, or are there new coaches involved with Eustis High School?
Yeah, for the most part, our coaching staff stayed. A big part of it is our pitching coach, Coach Dave Westgate. He's in our youth program as well, but he's just like a local legend. He's been around for a while, has the wisdom, pretty much knows everybody in the county, so it helps us for scouting reports as well.
Yeah.
We got a guy, Mark Cologne. He was on our staff last year as well. He actually played for Matt Burgess, and that's kind of how he got over here. New to the staff, I added a Micah Robinson. He used to coach over in Volusia County, and he just moved over here recently, but great knowledge of the game, went to Stetson University, so D1 guy. Our JV coach, David Boatwright. David Boatwright was going to Florida State on a scholarship, ended up getting injured, and then actually joined the Army.
Oh, wow.
So going back to that structure and discipline, he's very big on that, very baseball knowledge, but he's very big on guys doing the right things, going about their business the right way. And this recently, as a couple weeks ago, I added one of my old teammates, Matt Latos. Matt Latos played 9.5 years in the big leagues as a pitcher, used to throw flames, 95 to 100 miles an hour. So it's just a lot of guys from different aspects of life and the game to help these kids motivate and get better.
Awesome. We're going to take a short break here on the Sports Hub podcast. When we come back, we'll have more with Eustis baseball coach Tony Thomas in a moment.
Are you looking for a bank with heart? For over 85 years, United Southern Bank has served businesses and families in Central Florida with excellent customer service and the latest in banking technology and products. USB offers free checking, high-yield savings accounts, residential and commercial loans, and much more. Whatever you're looking for, USB delivers on personalized service and friendly, fast communication. Stop into one of our 12 convenient locations or visit us online at unitedsouthernbank.com. United Southern Bank. We are united in community. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Hey, everybody, we're back on the Sports Hub podcast. Kyle Coppola here with Tony Thomas, the head baseball coach for Eustis High School. And Tony, really exciting things going on for Eustis baseball. And I wanted to talk about one of your starting pitchers this year. You had senior Julian Radcliffe is coming back this year. He had a really exciting junior season, and you're really excited about what he offers you guys this season.
Yeah, Julian, we call him JR on our team. He's a bulldog. He is the guy, if you saw him walking down the street, you would not expect him to have the numbers that he has. He's a guy, when he goes on the mound, it's like we know we're going to win. He puts the team on his back. He challenges every hitter. He always throwing competitive pitches. And not only that, he's a tough out at the plate. Like, I think he probably had the highest quality at bat percentage for our team last year.
Yeah.
I think he led the team in stolen bases. Every time he got on base was scoring a run, causing havoc. The kid is just a dynamite spark plug for our team.
I'm sure we'll be talking about him lots this year, as we will to Eustis baseball as well. They got a couple sluggers on the team this year, so really looking forward to that. We talked a little bit about the Eustis Baseball Academy earlier. I wanted to touch more on that. You guys offer a baseball program from 9U up to 14U. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, mainly the whole thing about that is trying to teach the game the right way to youth kids. A lot of times, especially with travel ball in the travel ball world, it's all about trophy chasing, how many tournaments can we win, and guest players. The reason what we do it is mainly trying to teach these kids the right way to play the game and having experiences. I played travel ball since I was 9 years old as well, but we were very good. We won national tournaments, state titles, traveled all across the country, but I don't remember winning that championship game. I remember spending time with my buddies, going to different states, playing ding dong ditch in the hotel, playing in the pool, that stuff. So we're trying to create those memories for those kids while learning the game along the way.
How has the game changed since you were in high school?
It's a little bit more people not understanding their identity about the game. I think everybody's, how hard can I throw it? How far can I hit it? I think that's why our team is very successful, because we had player evaluations yesterday trying to explain everybody's role. And the reason why we're successful, people accept their roles and do the best they can. One thing on our team is not try to be the best baseball player, but try to be the best at getting better. Everybody has a ceiling, everybody has a floor, but as long as you get better than when you were yesterday, then you're going to keep achieving your goals that you're looking for.
Well, Eustis, you got some plans for community involvement as well. I know that a couple of the players volunteer on the team, which is fantastic. You guys have a couple events coming up. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, one thing that our team's very good at, they stay after practice and help our youth guys and coach. We run a bunch of camps and clinics. February 10th, next Friday, we're going to call it like a gold and blue night.
Nice.
And we're going to offer a free clinic to all the kids 12 and under to come out to the field. And our high school kids are actually going to put on camps, little stations, and teach them the game. And then after that, they're actually going to scrimmage.
Nice.
And it's all free for them to come watch. Pretty much we want the kids to have players that they look up to, and we want the players to kind of role model these kids as well.
How important is that role modeling as well from a high school perspective? Because these kids, after high school, whether they choose to go to college or high school or wherever they choose to go, military, how important is that mentorship and teaching them how to get that done?
It's very huge, just because I know when I started coaching, my game got better. Knowing that kids were looking up to me, knowing that I was a symbol of what somebody else wants to be, made me become a better person, made me want to become a better person, knowing that it's not just about myself, so my selfishness kind of went away as well. So hopefully if I can install this in these kids at 16, 17, 18 years old, the future is going to be even brighter for them.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to what their future has. What are some of the most valuable lessons that you've learned in life?
Through the game of baseball is embracing failure. Especially in the sport of baseball, you're going to fail as a hitter 70% of the time, and you're going to be one of the greatest hitters ever, right? If you do a 60, you're the best ever. And there's nothing in life you could fail 60% of the time and be just okay at. So just embracing failures, facing adversity, being resilient, overcoming things, knowing that nothing is easy, that nothing is given to you, you have to earn it. And that's pretty much what baseball has taught for me.
What was the first meeting with your team like? You basically had a meeting with your team, I would imagine. What was your message to them? Have you had your first practice, I would assume, at this point?
Yeah, we're right around week 2 of our practice. Some of them thought I was crazy. Our first meeting was at 6 o'clock in the morning before school. Told them that you have to outwork your opponents. That's what we're going to do. We're going to outwork our opponents. So while our opponents are getting ready for school, we're going to be working out before school. So that's pretty much my main message is we got to outwork who we're going to play against. We're not going to be as good or better as some of the people, but we're going to outwork them, and then we're going to have better results than them.
You're in a tough district, of course. You're in the district with Mount Dora. You're in the district with Bishop Moore. Always a difficult district with where you're at. How does that look this season?
The beautiful thing about baseball, anybody could be anybody on any given 7 day. The highest payroll in the MLB doesn't always make it to the championship. Right. So it's the team that comes together the most, and I tell them I don't care who's across the field, whether if it's a rec ball team or the Texas Rangers who just won the World Series. You learn to play the game the right way, and you stick to your baseball game, and the good things will be in your results.
One of the good things, not only athletically, but academically at Eustis High School, the numbers just came out last week. Eustis High School with a 91% graduation rate in 2023. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's huge. Grades are everything because I'm big on trying to get kids that want to play baseball in college, and if you do not have grades, I cannot do that for you. To the point where I give them incentives. I told them if I love to condition them, but there needs to be a purpose behind conditioning to where if our grade point average over a certain grade, then we don't run. If it's under, then we run double. So just to motivate them that schoolwork is everything. I tell them that you guys are student athletes. You're a student first, and then you're an athlete. If the grades aren't there, I can't get you on the field.
Not only the grades, but the camaraderie of the team as well. You talked earlier about sort of having that camaraderie, remembering the good times you had with the players. How important is that for a squad as well? It's
very important. I tell the guys, this year, our big thing from our leaders, our guys that we expect to produce, is to encourage the guys that are younger than you. I don't care how good our best player is, we are only good as our weakest player. So if our weakest player is not performing either to lack of confidence or encouragement, that's up to hopefully our upperclassmen, our seniors, and we even have some juniors to motivate them, because I can say so much, my coaching staff can say so much, but when it comes from your peer, it means a lot more.
What do you envision out of the Eustis baseball program the next couple of years that you're the head coach here at Eustis High School? Where do you envision the program?
Honestly, one of the top baseball programs in Lake County from a winning standpoint and just from a disciplinary standpoint. I tell guys anytime they wear this E out in public, you're not just representing the school, you're representing me and then your families as well and everybody that's in the community. So you're a symbol. And I want people to look up to that symbol. When people say that, I want them eventually to respect you, to know that you are a good person because of where you're coming from.
And it's not just Eustis. We see it with Umatilla and a bunch of other programs that are putting all this emphasis into academics and sports, and the community's really buying in. How has the community bought in with Eustis baseball?
Oh, they're starting to buy in quite a bit. The more involvement that we get, the more support that we're getting back. And like I said, the representation of how good there's some very good kids out there. Some of these good kids that might not play professional baseball, but they're going to be great people in this world because of what we're doing here at Eustis High School.
One more question I have for you. What is your advice to young kids coming through the program, whether it's Eustis or whether they're watching this here? What's your advice to them?
Whatever your goal is, stick to it. You have to experience failure to understand success. If it's too easy for you, then you need to push yourself even harder.
Absolutely. Well, Tony Thomas, I want to thank you for coming on to the program today. It's been very enlightening getting to learn more about Eustis baseball and what you guys have coming up. We're very excited for you guys and what you have going in the 2024 season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's going to do it for the Sports Hub today. I want to thank our presenting sponsor, UF Health Orthopaedics Medical Group. And I also want to thank United Southern Bank, Lake Center Home Care, Lake Sumter State College, Lassiter Ware with Auto Owners Insurance. And you just remember that this podcast is available, of course, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and on our Facebook page as well. I want to thank Tony Thomas once again for coming in and Eustis Baseball. Wish them luck with their 2024 season, and we'll see you next time on the Sports Hub Podcast.